Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Barker with the Natural Athletes Clinic. Did you know that magnesium is the second most abundant electrolyte inside of our cells, and that it's involved in over 600 different biochemical reactions inside of our body? So it's pretty important stuff. But I kind of think of magnesium as the forgotten electrolyte. You won't really find it in very many electrolyte drinks out there. You'll see sodium and potassium and chloride, the other main electrolytes, but it's kind of rare to find magnesium in an actual sports drink or an electrolyte formula. So we use a lot of magnesium with our athletes in the clinic for two main reasons. The first one is that it's a great muscle relaxant. It's a very gentle muscle relaxer. And it does this because when you have a muscle contraction, calcium binds with a protein in that muscle and causes that contraction to happen. Now, magnesium antagonizes the effect of calcium in the muscles. So if you're low in magnesium, your muscles are a lot more prone to contracting, spasming, being tight. So when we use magnesium, it helps create that gentle relaxation so you're less prone to spasms, cramping, issues like that throughout the body that I'll go over in a little bit. And then the second reason that we use a lot of magnesium is because of its calming effect on the brain. And it does this kind of two different pathways. So when you become stressed, you release a lot of the catecholamines, which are stress neurotransmitters, epinephrine, norepinephrine, adrenaline, and of course the corticosteroids like cortisol. These stress hormones actually pull magnesium out of the inside of the cells and out to the external area of the cells where it gets wasted in the urine. And then when you have low levels of magnesium in the bloodstream, you're also more prone to making more of these stress hormones. So you get caught in this vicious cycle where magnesium gets low, more stress hormones, lower magnesium, more stress hormones. So when we add magnesium in, guess what happens? You're creating less of those stress hormones. And so that's one way that it causes a relaxing effect on your mind. And then the second way it does it is that magnesium binds with your GABA neurotransmitters. And GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter in your brain. Gamma aminobutyric acid is the long name for it. But when magnesium stimulates that, it causes a relaxation effect on the brain. So this is why some people like to take magnesium to calm their mind down so they can have better sleep. Now, then there's a lot of other reasons that magnesium is really good and useful for things like, of course, the muscle cramps and the spasms I talked about. High blood pressure, that's related to muscle tissue. There's actually tiny muscles around your blood vessels that constrict and can lead to that high blood pressure. So good for asthma. Of course, there's tiny muscles around the bronchioles in your lungs that get constricted when the calcium is too high and the magnesium is too low. Things like uterine cramps, remember that's a smooth muscle, so that'll get fired up if there's not enough magnesium. Constipation, it's good for relaxing the bowels so that you can go. Even irregular heartbeats, so if you have palpitations, one of the first things that we'll try and look at is, are you low in magnesium? And even it helps increase blood sugar sensitivity in people with type 2 diabetes. So there's a long laundry list of why magnesium is so good to use in almost everybody. So we like Thorne's magnesium citramate, which is a 1-to-1 ratio of magnesium citrate to malate. Also magnesium glycinate is a really good one. So we were just looking for one that's better absorbed than something like magnesium oxide, which is the cheap magnesium you kind of find wherever. If you're going to buy magnesium, buy one that's better absorbed. Another little trick for using magnesium is that it's much better absorbed inside of the cells where we want it when you combine it with pyridoxine, which is vitamin B6. So studies say that if you use magnesium to pyridoxine in a 10-to-1 ratio, so for example 300 milligrams of magnesium to 30 milligrams of pyridoxine, you're going to get a lot better effect from that magnesium. And then the last thing, if you're using too much magnesium, you're going to wind up with diarrhea. So that's, of course, the first thing that your body's going to do when it senses an overdose of something is get rid of it. So that's a good way to protect you from overdoses from it as well, because like all things, even though natural medicine, natural substances, too much isn't always a good idea. So watch out for that if that's going on. Okay, so hopefully this provides you guys with some good info for using magnesium. I incorporate it into my daily supplement regimen too. There's a lot of foods that have a lot of magnesium in it. Anything that's a plant, nuts, seeds, quinoa, even coffee contains a lot of magnesium. Dark chocolate does. So of course, if you're eating a whole food diet, you're going to get a lot of it in there, but you may want to supplement it too, depending on your own individual biochemical needs. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like, share it with your buddies, and please subscribe to our channel.